Welcome to Moonlit Moments. As you can see, a new collection from our friends at Hunkydory, and Heidi has had a great time creating with this set. Come play with us. Well, before we get started with all the projects, let me just walk you through what's in the collection. So, as you saw, this is the Moonlit Moments. This is the Luxury Card Topper collection, and this has 144 foiled die-cut toppers, plus a bonus of 18 more. There are 8 foiled die-cut or cardstock sheets and 8 printed cardstock sheets, and then the instructions and the idea sheet that goes with it. So that's the first one. Then we have the adorable scorable that is also designed to match the colors in the topper set. This has 30 sheets. We have the inserts, and by the way, go to any of the product pages and I walk you through every single design so that you can really see it. So these have 36 of them. There are 12 and you get 3 of each. Then there is this 6x6 pad, and this has 48 pages. There are 12 designs. You're going to get 4 of each one. Show you what Heidi has done. One of my favorite things that Hunkydory does, and you probably can't even see it here, is the foiled acetate. Now there are 16 sheets in here. There are 4 designs. You get 4 sheets of each, and we'll be showing you how to use those. And then lastly, in this collection, there is the Purple Paradise Miri cardstock. Now these are all purple. They're all super shiny, and again, I'll show you how Heidi has used them. And you get 20 sheets of this. So if purple is your color, I have to confess it's mine. You're going to love this collection. So let's get started with Heidi's creations, and we'll get in a little bit closer just so that you can really see them. Now this is a combination of several things onto this one card. There is the foiled acetate right there, the matching adorable scorable, as well as the topper. Now this is all done on our regular size cards, so that's 5 by 6.5, and let me show you what Heidi did. So you will need some of the extra sticky tape. Looks like this. It's got the orange liner, and that will be part of it. And so what Heidi has done is to first take her card, and she used this piece of a foiled cardstock out of the topper set. So you can see how beautiful that is. Now she used the edge of it, so it's, you know, kind of comes like this, but then she used this part to create the beginning of her topper, and or beginning of her card, which I thought was pretty brilliant. So as always, the directions are down below. So when you'll see the 4 cards that she's done down below, and you just click on it, and then you will get the directions. So just in case you want to know where that is, it's always in the same place. So this first piece is what she used, and then she matted it on the lavender, the adorable scorable. So it looks like this in big pieces, but it is actually right here. So she's got that narrow matting, and then she glued that piece to her card front. So that starts our process. Then she did something very clever. So this is what the topper looks like, and I'm going to put the pieces back because I've taken them apart to show you something. So this is just one part of the topper. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see it is an A4 size, as is everything from Hunkydory, just about everything from Hunkydory. So she took this, and there are 3 layers. So let me just pop them out, and you can see. So there's the biggest frame, a middle frame, and then this piece. And she's used all 3, but in a very clever way. Now I told you that the foiled acetate is one of my favorite things that Hunkydory does, because kind of nobody else does it. And what she did is she took the largest frame, and she wants to back it with this foiled acetate. So what she did is, well actually, she laid this on here and cut it out and then attached it. But I think there's a faster way. So here's a suggestion. I took the extra sticky tape, you know, this one, which anytime there's a card that moves or anytime you have a slick surface, I just find it is the best adhesive to make sure everything stays together. So as you can see, I just put some strips on the back. I would pull that off, and then I would position it right here. So that would make it really easy to trim out. But if you want to take another step, let me just show you the card again. You see that light lavender, adorable scoreable? Well, she also backed this piece so that you could get a backing to it. So what you can do is the same thing. Don't cut it out yet, but put more of the extra sticky tape here. Put the lavender cardstock in place, and then all you have to do is cut once. So just trim right around, and you'll just stay going right along the edge of the foil die cut. That way you've got one piece. And Heidi has used that right here, where she foam taped that onto the front of her card, and I thought that was really neat. Now, in that set of 3, remember, this is the piece that's in the middle. And what I thought was very smart of her is that she turned this piece horizontally and then foam taped it, and then she foam taped this on top. So you've got some layering going on, and I thought that worked really nicely. Then she also used, this is Hunkydory's pink shimmer diamond sparkles. These are self-adhesive, and she's got just one here and here. She's going to use some more on the inside, and one of the tiny ones right there. So that did a nice job. And then she used the magenta and dark pink ribbon to create a bow, and she zotted that in place. Now on the inside, okay, so this is where we're going to do a couple of different things. Now on the inserts, Hunkydory has started doing some patterned papers along with those inserts, and they've done that here. This is stars on green, and Heidi used it to cover the inside of her card. But then she took this piece and did the same thing. She put extra sticky tape on the back of it, or you can put extra sticky tape on the back of it, attach it to that star acetate, cut it out, then cut this piece in half. And look what she did. She placed one on each side, which I think is doggone neat. Now this piece, remember when I introduced, I said that there were some bonus sheets in this topper collection? Well, here is one of the 2. So there's 3, 6, 9, and the imagery is going to match the toppers that are in the package. So that's really kind of nice. So what Heidi has done is she's gone to this one and she has simply glued it down, and then the lots of love comes from the topper. Remember where we got that set of 3, and here it is, and that just gets glued down here. Another bow from the same collection, and a few more of those pink sparkles there, there, and there. So that completes the card. So just a really fun card. Some nice techniques too, some new techniques, and that's always fun. Okay, speaking of new, let's go here and I'll show you what she has done with this card. Now this is going to come and use a couple of different things, so let me show you. This is a 5.5 inch square card, and you can see those butterflies on it. And also this is a card that has a window, and then you're going to get some more of that acetate, the foiled acetate right there. And then this is the inside of the card. Okay, now what she did to begin is she took a piece of the adorable scoreable, this is out of that package of 30, and folded it in half. And then the card is going to have the blue on the outside, because that's what's going to happen right here. And so she folded it in half, and then she trimmed it out to be the measurement, the 5, I believe it's 5 3/4. So that's going to get you started. And when you're scoring, especially adorable scoreable, it's a very sturdy cardstock. So Heidi recommends using the something that's going to give you a really good score line. She likes the Adorable Scoreable Mini tool, which has all of these score areas where you can just take the bone folder that comes with it, place your cardstock here, and just go through the line. and that just makes a very good score line. So you can do that and then just pop that right back in, just as you heard that loud pop. Okay, so that's going to begin our card with that adorable squirrel. Then Heidi has taken the square and scalloped cutting dies. Now this has 10 pieces, and she has taken the largest straight lined one and she placed it on point onto the front of her card. So open that back up, place that, run it through your die cutting machine. You can use the Big Shot, you can use the Gemini Junior, you can use the larger ones, but you don't have to. But anyway, that will make that diamond. So whenever you take a square, turn it on point, you have a diamond, and that's what she's done. So that's going to give us our first step. And then going into the toppers, here we go. Now this is the group that she has used. And she's going to use butterfly, and she's going to use the center of the butterfly on the inside of the card, but on her outside, she uses this piece. So you can see that outside frame. This, just like that first card had 3 layers, this does 2. There's the middle, there's a narrow frame, and then this bigger scalloped one. So she places that and attaches it to the front of her card, just glues it over that evacuated space that she made. However, before she did that, she wanted to add some more of the acetate. So let me bring that white paper back so you can really see. You see those swirls in there? Really nice. And that comes from this acetate. In fact, there you go. You can see it right there. It's got 2 corners with that beautiful swirl. So she positioned this on top of that opening, glued it in place, so you can just do it like that, and it fits quite nicely. And then, or you can attach it to the back of the frame, whichever you want, and then have the frame on top. So whichever way you want to do it, it's going to work perfectly. Now, as I said in the first card, there is that extra sheet of toppers, and I will tell you that Heidi used that on many of her projects. Now, in this particular one, using the butterflies, this topper set doesn't have a vertical one, and that's what Heidi wanted. So she went over here, and this is the bonus sheet, you get 2 of those, and she used this, Butterfly Wishes, and that is what she has glued to the acetate in her window. So that did a nice job. The Little Moments is right here on the, right here. Now it says enjoy every little moment. Well, she trimmed that and put the little moments here, and on the inside she used the thinking of you and the birthday wishes. So she just trimmed off enjoy every. Your choice, however you want to do that. Now, so let me go back, and this is on here. Now these butterflies, okay, do you see those? These are the jewel butterflies, and they look like this. They too are on acetate. Let me open up the package just so that you can see what's going on. These come on, as I said, on acetate. There are 32 of them, and they're already pre-colored for you, and they are right in there. All you do is just pull them off, and that's how you do it. Now what Heidi did, let me get this over, okay. Can you see, like, there's a green, kind of a teal one here and a purple one under it. There's a yellow on top and a blue underneath. So she has layered them. Now she suggests, in order to lift those wings, that you score on either side of the bodies, and then you attach them to your card. So you are layering the smaller one on top of the big one. Both of them have the score lines, so just do the score lines on all of them. Now you can attach them with Zots. You can go back and use the extra sticky tape, whatever you have. You can see she's got a double group there, a double here, a double here, and then she took the side ones. So let me bring that in. And in fact, I'll show you right here. There's a side one, And there's one. And she placed it right here. So it's like it's resting on that little corner. Okay, well that finishes our front. And with the acetate, both the foiled and then the jewel butterflies, you've just got lots of color and lots of movement and lots of shine. Now on the inside of the card, she has taken the cardstock, and let me just bring out. So this is the butterfly out of the topper set, and she has used this area, but she turned it upside down, and so that she had the pink at the top and the darker purple at the bottom, and covered the inside of her card with that. As I showed you, the birthday wishes and thinking of you are from the topper set, as is this, which was a square and now has been turned into a diamond. These are single butterflies on the around that square, and just do a really nice job. They're done the same way. So a very unique card, and some really fun techniques, I think, that are good to use and good to know. Okay, now we're going to go into another card. And here we have an oval one. Now this is going out of the book. And so that little 6x6 book, here we go. This is the one. And as in all of their books or pads that go along with their toppers, the imagery is the same, it's just larger and it's closer. So you really get a very good look going on that. Now in this case, she is using also some of the Adorable Scorable. So here is the sheet. Now I know it looks purple on the front, but on the inside it is blue. So that's an interesting thing. Now what she has done is she has used that light blue Adorable Scorable, and she has used our oval and scallop cutting dies. Now she used the largest one to create the oval shape. So she took the Adorable Scorable, and then she folded it in half so that there would be a fold line. And then she scored it and folded it. And then she placed the oval cutting die so that there would be a 1-inch wide hinge on the cardstock when she ran it through the die cutting machine. So let me just turn this over. Maybe you can see it better there. So you can see that that's flat. It gets covered up by this other piece. We'll talk about that in a minute. But this is the largest oval, and you can run it right through your die cutting machine. Heidi suggested running it through a couple times just because you're going through 2 layers of this very heavy cardstock. Okay, so then we have our card, but the blue is on the inside of the card. Now, this card is an easel card, so let me show you how it operates. Here we go. So I'm just going to lift this up, and it's going to rest right there on the inside of the card. And then there's another little hinge that lifts up, as you kind of saw earlier, and that lets the card sit up and kind of covers the little wishing bubble that is holding it up. So it's really very nice. There's another oval here. So we've got multiple ovals, we've got scallop, we've got just smooth lines, and a really nice look to this card. Now at this point we have our oval card, but in order to make an easel, as you know, you must take the front area and score it in half, just going parallel to the hinge. So you want to do that, and then we'll create this piece. Okay, now I told you that there were these Miri cardstocks, and they all look like this. They're super, super shiny. They are cardstock. And what Heidi did is she took the largest scallop die. Again, you can use the regular die cutting machine, and die cut an oval. Then she went into this book and pulled out the birthday cake. And she used the same oval that she used to make her card base and cut this piece out. Okay, so this is going to get matted onto the Miri just very, very easily, as you can see. She did foam tape this piece on top, and that works out quite nicely. You can certainly see those butterflies fluttering, so let me talk to you about those. They are the foiled butterflies. Now you saw the jewel butterflies that are already colored. These are foiled. They are gold foiled, but on the back side, they are silver. So you can choose if you want gold butterflies or silver butterflies. That's really something kind of fun with foiling. So these were also scored on each side of the body. They were attached either with Zots or with extra sticky tape, whichever you have, and she just put 2 of them there. Now, those wishing bubbles that I talked about a minute ago, these are from 49 a Market, and these are called bubblegum. Okay, and they are epoxy covered. Some are a little bit flatter, some are on foam tape. Heidi's used a variety of them here. She also put them in the center of her butterflies, so you can see that. Now, the word celebrate is going to come from our tiny words and phrases. This is the pastels and pearls. So celebrate is right there. And that takes care of the front of our card. Let's go to the inside of our card. Now, one thing you're going to need to do is to place one of those large wishing bubbles as a stopper to hold this easel up, okay? And this is going to go right here, and we have the measurements in the instructions, and I believe it's 2.5 inches from the hinge. So there you go. You want to position it in the middle of the card, and that's going to hold our easel, as you know. Now, this little guy, okay. Now, this comes from the light blue Adorable Squirrel, the same sheet that you used to create the card. And this is 1 1/4 by 1 1/2, just a little piece. Then you're going to make that rectangle and score it 1/2 inch from the end, from the short end. And then it's going to get attached to the inside of your card. It's about 1 1/4 inches from this end. Okay, again, all of those measurements are in there, but I'll repeat them just to get it for you. 1 1/4 by 1 1/2. Okay, then you score it 1/2 inch from the narrow end, and then you're going to attach that flap 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. Okay, now we've got 2 more things going on. This cake is from that bonus sheet also. In fact, let me just bring it back. So Heidi loved that. So she took this piece from the topper and simply glued it to the hinge. Okay, and that's going to take care of it. Now she created another oval also from the same Mary sheet that she used earlier, and had that there. And then the happy birthday, the swirls, the little heart, those come from the same tiny words and phrases. So you can see how striking that gold is on the purple. And another couple of the wishing bubbles down here. These are the epoxy ones. And then the whole thing just goes together like that and pops up quite nicely. It's really a fun, different card. And yes, it will stand up and looks really, really nice. So there you go. Okay, we have one more, and then I have a bonus something for you. Oh, one thing I did want to point out, since we're with the cake one, this is the topper sheet in the collection, and this has a bunch of pennants. So you can use those to do a little piece maybe at the top of your card. So I just wanted you to see that's a fun bonus thing. Okay. Our last card, it's actually our next to the last card because I've got a bonus one for you. Let me bring the stuff in. This is, as you can tell, a Slimline card. Now, Heidi did something very clever here. She is still playing with that 6x6 book. Now you can see this is the sheet she used, and if you'll notice it has a large swan and then 2 other swans. Now to go into her Slimline card, well, that isn't going to work because it's not going to cover it. So she noticed that she had a horizon line here. So what she did is she took this piece and she trimmed out just this side, left it the length of the paper, and I believe that this is 3 1/4 inches wide. The directions are, I'm trying to stall, aren't I? The directions are down below to get that for sure. So she's got this, and then she's got this piece. So she cut that, and then she cut this piece to be the same width. Okay, so there we go. I've got this. And then what she did is, in order to make this work so far as the height of the slimline, is she cut right under that left-hand side of her sheet. And then she glued this along the horizon line to get a piece that would fit on her card front. How clever is that? Now, she matted this onto the bright pink Adorable Squirrel. And then she took a piece of the white ribbon from the White Ribbon collection, and she wrapped it around, going again over that horizon line. So it kind of covers it up. Then she foam taped that to the Mary, because if we've got it, we're going to use it. And then matted it, and each of those two mats, it's about a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. And then she zotted a bow on top. So really nice. Now, she also did a couple of other things. Now, you can see, I hope you can see, yes you can, we've got some, looks like planets or more stars in there, and here, and then down here, and those are our gold jewel dazzles. And I know that that's just really flashing on your eyes, but as you can see, when you place them individually, they just add a lovely shine. And since this is not foiled, that way she's getting her shine along with the Mary cardstock, of course. Now, this also has Thinking of You, and that goes back to our same Tiny Words and Phrases Pastel and Pearl collection. So there you've got your card front. Now, on the inside of the card, she went to the insert, and this is the one that has the swans. I'm hoping you can see that. They're pretty light. And she used the left-hand side and simply put glue on her card to place that. However, let me see if I can show this to you in the space I have. This doesn't quite cover the whole inside of the card. So she adapted, as all of us do, and she cut a little piece of this Mary. Again, we're going to use it. It's about a 1/2 inch tall, and it just goes 3 1/2 inches, so it's about as wide as our card. She did that piece at the bottom and another piece at the top. Then, when she went to glue this insert in, she has enough to cover the inside of the card when she uses that Mary right there. So that gets trimmed off. And then she used the gold jewel dazzles on the front. On the inside, she used the gold border dazzles, and just has a little piece right there and another piece down there. And she did something kind of fun. She took the Mary, again, that purple Mary, and just cut 2 1/4 inch wide strips. They're a couple of inches long, and they kind of look like ribbon tails when they've got a bow on top of them. So that worked out nicely. And then she went back, of course, to that bonus sheet and pulled out this one and glued it on top, zotted that bow, and her card is done. Really, really fun. Now, I do have something extra to show you, and let me bring the card in. And goodness, Okay, here we go. This is the card kit. Now this is a ribbon weave acetate card kit. It's part of this Moonlit Moments collection, but I wanted to show you what that card looks like. So because this is a see-through card, I'm going to bring in some white to go behind it. I will give you step-by-step instructions on the product page for this. It is also in one of the 2 money savers, but I thought it would be fun just for you to see what this card looks like. It has an acetate base, and it has toppers that get punched out. It has ribbon that gets woven through this edge, and it will stand up just like that. So it's really kind of fun. It's a peekaboo card. So they call these an acetate frame concept card. So you can make 8 cards with this, but they are all the same look. This is the concept. So I just wanted to give you a peek at that as we recap what's in the Moonlit Moments. So obviously it's going to have the ribbon acetate, the ribbon weave acetate card. You saw the Moonlit Moments 6x6. You saw the purple paradise. I would call it purple passion. There's also the foiled acetate, the inserts, the adorable scoreable, and the prize collection of the Moonlit Moments topper collection. All of this is available and fun. Heidi, as always, I love the things that you did. I love bringing in other components, but not too many, because it just makes it so much easier. Now, as always, the money saver, in this case, the money savers, there are 2 of them, are on the right side of your screen. The projects are down below. Click on them. You'll get taken to the instructions that Heidi's given us. And if you are watching this on YouTube, would you please, if you like us, click like, subscribe, and we can see you almost 20 times every single month with these webisodes. I want to thank you so much for joining us and for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.